Hi guys, so we're in Kigali, in Rwanda, and we're at this little situation. I don't know if it's a hotel for sure, but I'm gonna show you guys my room.
I'm here.
So, as I mentioned in my introduction video, I was born and raised in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and I moved to the US in 2015. So I studied 7th grade here in the US, and I hadn't gone back home ever since. Half of my family is still back home, so it was a little bit difficult. At that time, things hadn't really clicked, when I left home, because I was the type of kid who grew up in multiple households. Like, I was used to just be moving around. But again, I was young and I hadn't really started creating memories because, again, I moved around a lot. So the US is actually the one place that I've lived the longest in my life, because it's been in Africa. I lived in different countries. So I hadn't been home until this summer, and it was a beautiful and graceful experience. And I think that I needed that so much. I didn't know that I forgot where it came from until I went back home. It's crazy because if you know me, you wouldn't think I forgot where I came from. I talk about where I came from all the time. I was not a baby. I was mature enough to understand and enough to remember, and the languages and the foods and the culture and everything. I am an African woman. But the experience of going back home completely humbled me in a way that I had forgotten. I mean, these are my people. I am one of them. But it's like I was seeing my home in complete different lenses than before. And the feeling that I left with there when I was a child is not the feeling that I left with when I left this year.
We're taking a stop in Kigali.
Alright, when I went back home, one of the things that I knew that we were poor. Like, I know we are poor, like, compared to what life is like in the States. I know we are poor, and I'm talking, we used to live in a place where I apologize, like, if you're eating, I'm so sorry, but we used to live in a place where the toilet is just a hole. It's like a well that's been dug, and like lumber or like wood is just placed over it, and that's the toilet, and it's surrounded by other pieces of scraps like just to cover it up. And there was a toilet, like there was if you're showering and you live under a hill and there's someone above the hill, they can see you. Like, there's no shed. Like, I knew we were poor. That's very common in Africa. But so I knew what I was going into. But when I tell you, when I got back home, life has been better. Like, people have toilets. It's very interesting, like toilet bowls. They don't have a flush, but they still pour water into it. But I'm like, wow, they actually have a plumbing system. This is great. But I'm not gonna lie, when I got there, I had to I had to like clock in and sort of awaken this part of my brain that was not there. I had to be like, this is my home. Like, I literally had to have that talk with myself. I remember when I got home and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. That's when I realized that I've reached the mother planet. I mean, the continent. Like, I have made it home, my friends. And I was like, okay. You know, when I saw my room, I was like, yeah, this is not a hotel. It's not. So when I got home, all that experience, it was so humbling and it was so necessary. When I got back here, I was like, I have to live life in a different way. Like, I have to approach life differently, because these are my people. And when we talk over the phone and when we FaceTime, these are not the struggles that I see. And they have bigger smiles than me, and their hope is bigger than me. Their faith is greater. And I was just trying to figure out, what am I missing in life? Because once upon a time, I was just like these people, and now I have more. But at the same time, I feel like I have less.
Good morning. Do I know what day it is? Yes, it's Saturday, but I don't know like what number. It's almost 6 a.m. We're going to do mass, and the kids are running late. Of course they're running late, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to record, but I will try to get the audios because the singing is so good. It's so good. So I'll try to get that. We're already late. I'll try to get recordings some of the time, not during mass, but like a little tour situation. But the church is like 10 minutes walk away, but still, goodness, this is the fit. And catch the fit, God. There's like geckos everywhere, but this is makeup wrap and my kikwembe. The kikwembe, I don't know what it's called. I'm working on an iPhone 10 and it's such a hassle because I cannot zoom out like I can with the other advanced iPhones, but it's what it is. And we're just waiting. We can already hear other people who are already praying. Guys, there's a chicken here that waked everybody up. It's like 4 a.m. I know people are still sleeping, but okay, bye. So hi guys, today I'm gonna show you how to prepare this vegetable that you've probably seen me prepare back in the US. It's called Congo. You might know it as sombe. So we already actually have a lot of it prepared here, but basically it comes in bundles when you get it from the market. And as it seems, we actually have two types, one of which has like this red stem and some of it has the white stem. These are usually softer, so at any point where it breaks, we keep the rest of the stem, and we just like take the leaves, and we make sure we're not getting any seeds from the very top. And the white ones, we don't actually keep the white stem, we just take the leaves and then we leave everything else. The most interesting part of this process is actually the part where we blend it, because we don't actually have a blender. So you're actually going to see how we do that in a little bit.
After preparing the pondu, you have to put it on the heat, sort of like frying it, but without anything in it. So you're not using any oil, you're just putting over there. But then after, we don't grind it because we don't have any blenders or anything like that. So we use a pistol and whatever this is called, and we just hit it like this until it's all basically like smoothed out. And I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like when we're done. Party! that I noted about the people back home that I don't remember really, or I was too young to pay attention to that. I forgot about people's generosity. Now, people can say like, how are you sure it's generosity, or they're not trying to get things from you, this, that, and the third? Because immigrants are probably like, they know this, that people back home tend to call asking for money. Nobody knows if it's genuine or not, if they're actually sick or not, if they're actually poor or not, you don't know. But anyway, I forgot about Africans' generosity because I was welcomed with so much love. People were giving me things that they can't afford. People were giving me things that they have never even owned. You know, people were still generous. People were not asking me for things. Nobody asked me for anything. Nobody asked me for money. People were just giving and giving and giving. And I was like, hello? Guys, what do you mean? Like, how are you able to? They were so happy. I felt like, I don't know, it was a wedding or something. It was the best feeling in the world to be loved in that way. And all I ever want to do at this point is to love people in the very same way. Not just like give, and it's not just enough to give. People were coming to visit me. I would wake up and a guest is already there. We would chat. They want me to visit their house. They want to cook for me. Like, they were so kind. I left Africa. Before you're wondering, nobody poisoned me. If you're American, like, that's a thing in Africa. Like, they tend to poison people. Yeah, they don't like nobody poisoned me. Nobody gave me like the evil eye. I traveled there safely and I came back safely.
Alright, so this is like my very few favorite sodas. I don't really like sodas or like sugary drinks, but this is my absolute favorite. It's called Vitalo, and I'm trying it after like so many years. So apparently I should use this glass. You don't really have to use this glass, but for bouginess purposes. Oh my gosh. It's the fact that I don't like carbonated drinks, but this is so carbonated and it's so good. I don't want to like downgrade it by calling it a strawberry Fanta, but this. Ugh. Look at it. Oh my god.
So I have two family sides, one that lives in Goma and another one that lives in Bukavu. So I was in Goma most of the time, and I had to go to Bukavu to visit my other side of the family. And to go there, we have to catch like a boat. So we need to go on a boat and cross Lake Kivu to get to Bukavu. And that trip was, the Holy Spirit was all over that trip because it was very complicated. And I recorded it. So this is what happens. First night, we're like, okay, we're going to Bukavu. We're going to take the night boat so we can get there in the morning. It's usually a 6 to 8 hour trip. So we're like, but if you do it at night, it can take all night and it's fine because you're sleeping, so it doesn't matter. The trip doesn't happen because there are complications. Apparently, the boat was not supposed to leave.
Nona who you are. Ibato netoni. Ibato. Hi guys, so we're on our way to Bukavu from Goma, and we're going to take like the night boat or whatever, a yacht. This is not a yacht, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, we're gonna go over there and I'm gonna show you guys a little pic. I'm not gonna vlog what it looks like in here because people are already in here, but
We missed our boat this morning, so I'm a little pissed, but it's alright. I'll see you in Bukavu. Bye.
Guys, like, those are the boats, all of them going to the same place we're going, and we don't know where the driver is, and we literally just went into this bush. But look at the sun. Isn't it beautiful? He's literally not driving. I don't know what. We're just here. We're just chilling. Yeah. All right. A little update. So earlier I made a video about how we're leaving to go to Bukavu, right? The boat we're using is called a Conquer, and we left. Allegedly we left at 5 p.m. because we must. All the boats that are supposed to leave the port must leave by like 5 p.m. But when we left, we kind of did like a pullover situation because there was something wrong with the boat, and they started fixing it. So they kind of like played the system. They were like, we're out of the parking lot, so we can technically still leave, right? And the boat didn't leave until like 6 p.m. It's not allowed to leave at 6 p.m. And the police patrol of the waters, they came over and like all around, and they would literally not let us go. And then we were like, we tried to force things, and we're like, we're gonna go, we're gonna go. No, they were like, they're gonna shoot. Like, so the captain or whatever had to turn the boat around and come back to the port, right? We're at the port, but we can't exit. We can't get off the boat, and the people are not allowed to come into this like area after 7 p.m. and it's 7 p.m. right now. Nobody can leave. They won't let us get down, so we have to sleep in here. And some people are saying that we might still get to Bukavu, but like at this point, I am literally over it. It is raining, but we just left the port. Okay, this is like part 2 of trying to get to Bukavu, but we're gonna see. So, we're literally at the top of the boat, trying to get nice pictures because we're so obsessed. So I'm gonna like show you guys what we're looking at right now. I literally have no makeup on, and my forehead is the main character as always, but we'll move. And we're gonna take, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Sinishangu ingine hivi. Ile maraba nienda na jena. That is where we're going in Bukavu. Talk about a DJ on top of a roof. today is my last day in Congo, so let's go to our last morning mass together. Hopefully I get to show you guys the church, but you can't bring phones in the church. Actually, they can like break it in pieces, but we'll see.
So I was in Congo for 3 weeks, 3 weeks and a half ish. And Congo is not a place where I can stay for too long anymore. It's this concept about how, you know how we have domesticated dogs? They can no longer go in the woods and pretend to be wolves. They're gonna get killed. It's that type of vibes. I feel like once you're out of the community, for the better, they're not all very welcoming. No, many Africans actually will tell you like they would love to go back home, but it's not the home they grew up in. Their friends are not longer their friends, or they don't want them in the same way. Like they have changed, and so has the community and how it relates to them. So Congo's not safe for people like me to really go back and live there as if we never left. Like we are completely different. In fact, there are two types of people. So when I go back home, there are people who welcome me like I'm one of them and nothing has ever changed. And there are people who pretend like I'm a foreigner and I'm a guest, which some people will use that as a sign of respect to try to quote unquote honor me or welcome me. But sometimes some people are trying to use that as if I'm not one of their own. And some people are really happy to pretend that I'm not one of their own anymore. I am a white woman now, like I'm American, and I'm not, like it's a celebration for them, and it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. I remember when I was younger, and my dad was like, "Yeah, you can get your American passport now," and I was just like, "Why would I? I don't want to deny my nationality for another one." Like being American, I'm sure it's great, but I love being Congolese. I don't want to have to. It's like, why do I have to reject this side of me? And I didn't really get my passport until 3 weeks before I left for my trip to Africa. I mean, my American passport until then, because it just felt like I was breaking up with this side of me. And for some people, that was a celebration. Like people are happy. They're like, she has an American passport. Like she's American. And I was just like, but I want to be one of you. And some people treated me that way, but some also didn't. I remember, it doesn't occur to me because I'm here with other Congolese people who live here, but for some people, it's interesting for them to listen to me speak Swahili, which is crazy because I've always spoken Swahili, or like the languages that we speak back home. And for some people, they can wait to hear me make a mistake in a certain language. Like I had people who like would definitely pay attention to my French and wait to hear all the chamons that I'll make, and I'm just like, making me uncomfortable, you know, because they don't expect this. As like, you left as a child, like how do you still remember all these things? How do you still eat all these foods? To them it would be an upgrade if I wanted to eat French fries. But here, French fries is fast food. That's the cheapest food you can find. Like I want to eat salty fish. Like hello.
Hi guys, so we're in Kigali, in Rwanda, and we're at this little situation. I don't know if it's a hotel for sure, but I'm gonna show you guys my room.
I'm here.
So This is my room. My luggage is there.
We carry pieces of home with us. We carry them in our prayers, in the food we make, in the language we whisper to ourselves when no one is watching. And maybe home isn't a place we go back to. Maybe it's a road we keep walking together. And I'm so glad that you guys are walking with me. I am so grateful that you are also on this journey with me. So make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and hit the like button and leave your comments. Let me know how your experience has been as an immigrant, or how your experience has been as a non-immigrant. Where do you find home in your life? And how has that journey been for you? How has it been as a load or a cargo that you carry? What does this signify in your life? Can you relate to the things that I'm talking about? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Good luck, Pathfinders.